Dave from Suka Art Center. This is our new YouTube series on dance technique tips. Welcome! This is Jilly, and together we're going to show you how to get deeper and further into your split. Here are a few stretches. First one we're going to do today is our pyramid stretch. So if you're taking your right split, you're going to take your left foot back, and you're going to come down and touch the floor, trying to get your chest as close to your knee as possible. One thing that you really want to be sure of is that your hips are square. So you want to think about maybe being able to balance a pizza pie right on your butt to make sure your hips are nice and square, because if they're lifted like this, that means you're not getting a really good stretch. So square your hips down, and then you want to breathe into your stretch as super hard. Our second stretch is your lizard pose. So for working on your right split, you're going to take your left foot back and you're going to come into a lunge. Here, you're going to heel toe that right foot out slightly so you can really press your hips down and get a good stretch. If you feel like this is easy, you can start to come onto your forearms and get just a bit deeper, pressing your hips forward and down. Something else you can do here is start to roll out onto the edge of the split and track your knee over your toes. That'll get you a really nice stretch in your hip, which is so important for your split stretch. Your next stretch is your straddle stretch. So from here, you're going to come to take a seat on the floor, and you're going to widen out your legs. From here, I want you to keep your knees up and everything turned out. Hands forward and stretch. Excellent. Make sure your legs stay turned out. And then every time you breathe out, you can inch your fingertips forward just a little bit more to really get a nice stretch. Your next stretch is on your back. We're going to take our upside down split stretch. So take your right knee into your chest. From here, I like to give it a nice squeeze, pull it in nice and close. And then from here, you're going to extend your leg up, back as you exhale, making sure that your knee stays totally straight. It's better to not stretch far and keep your leg straight than to bend your knee and to kind of stretch here. Make sure your leg is nice and straight and that your left foot is nice and straight as well. Flex your foot and bend your knee. Pull your knee even closer to your shoulder. And then you're going to stretch and point your leg and pull it back even more. Good. From there, you can take your leg into your right hand and take your stretch side. And then you want to make sure that this hip point always stays grounded onto the floor. Take it back to center. And then as you exhale, pull it just a little bit. Your last stretch is another hip opening exercise. From here, you're going to take your right leg and cross it over your left. What you're going to try and do is get your knees stacked right on top of each other. From here, you can hold the tops of your toes and make sure that both butt cheeks stay on the floor. Sit nice and tall and breathe. And then as you exhale to come just a little bit deeper, you can start to bend forward over that. So those are my 5 exercises on how to get into your split. I recommend really stretching for your first week for about 15 minutes when you wake up in the morning, taking all 5 stretches and really making sure to do each one about 3 minutes long. As you progress and you start to get more flexible and time goes on, start to add another 15-minute block of stretching at the end of your day. So to get into your split, you're going to start with your first stretch, the pyramid stretch. Right foot stays in the front, and you're going to make sure both hip points are square to the front mirror. So that means you want to make sure that this doesn't happen as you start to go down. Both hip points are square to the front, and from here you start to slide down, catching your hands on the floor once you start to get close. And then sliding back and down into it, making sure your left foot comes right behind you and your toes are nice and pointed. From here, once you're in your split, never sit. Push up and pull that left hip forward to get a nice stretch. From here too, you can stretch even further by stretching forward and then coming all the way up. And then your next challenge is to take your arms out to the side and then to your high knee position. Thanks for watching!